KO'd him basically from that point on. So he's bringing it up with the Scarlet in game number 1. Oh no, that hurts. So how many hammer did I say it takes to get into red? Is he almost already there?
You said 3.
I said 3?
I gave you too much credit on your counting.
Well, you know, I mean, Fiend's getting to the red pretty quick right now, and we're like only like 15 seconds into the game. Fiend, on the other hand, on the Asuri for the first time that we've seen on stream, fighting against Wes.
Oh, he went for that dastardly dunk, but came up a bit short, and now he's going to come up short of touching the wall, and he is out of his first stock now. Wes with an early lead.
Wow, Wes on the hammer looking incredible. And I think Fiend actually picked this Asuri specifically because the Hattori did so poorly against the Scarlet in the winner side of the bracket, and he has just picked this character to say maybe this will do better. He goes over to the guitars, makes a really risky play off the left side. I don't want to say that neutral sig is going to define how the rest of the game goes, right? When you make a neutral sig play like that, you're just kind of like, well, hope this works. Then,
yeah, he was hoping to claim a very early stock, and it didn't work out for him, but he's got some room to work with here. He can claim the stock from Wes pretty quickly if he gets one strong hit.
I don't know, Wes is like a few hits away from...
That's true. He's almost lapped.
For lapping a bit of damage. Oh, I thought Wes was going to cider back to the stage, but he doesn't go for it. Fiend instead with the sword, gets hit by the lance. Oh, no. Is that going to be at the edge of the steam? Gets him once. Can he cider him again? Weapon throw comes down. Fiend fades away just far enough, and Wes with the most powerful slide charge neutral thing I've ever seen. I didn't even realize you could slide that fast. Oh, man.
Okay, both of them just going to make it back up on top of stage safely. No, Fiend goes out there. Okay, he baited it. What a bait. And it worked. It worked so well. He's like, all right, hey, I'm over here now. Wes is like, unarmed, I'll go for it. I'll bite. Yeah, he does, loses the stock. But he's got a lead, you know? When you got a lead like that, maybe you could bite on some of those.
I'm gonna be real with you, Steven. I don't think the slide dancing unarmed was the best thing to do against guitars off stage, but
you don't think? It doesn't matter. He's still up in the game.
Yeah. Wes switches over to the hammer. This is really what he destroyed Fiend with on the first stock, and I don't know, Steven. I feel like we're going to see the Asuri for maybe one game. Fiend with the guitars just hasn't really gotten too much happening. Most of the damage that he's done to Wes this game, I'm pretty sure, was with the sword, and going over the guitars right now. Okay, it's a good start, except for that downer leading into a combo for Wes. And Wes, when you're in situations like this, you have to win basically 3 neutral exchanges for every one that your opponent does when you're a whole stock behind, and it's just so hard to do.
Oh wait, Claw's coming out. Fiend has a chance off stage with the sword. No, Wes pushes his way back on top, but the downlight recovery, not enough to KO off the top quite yet.
I was worried there. The sweat beats came out. Fiend literally went for that exhausted recovery. Nice job avoiding the downlight. D-light into recovery. That's something that we didn't see. We didn't see Fiend's last opponent with, kind of, right? Fiend got so many D-light side airs. Very few of the downlights were actually punished. Wes already going for the gravity cancel downlight unarmed right above where that hitbox is threatening means that he got more damage in on this stock, in the stock lead, than Fiend's previous opponents did. And Wes, oh, I mean, he's just chanced. He's been unarmed for so long. I feel like he fell off the stage with that down zig straight into just being unarmed again.
I know Fiend doing a good job with his weapon service. Oh no, Wes. Wait, he doesn't even care about the weapon anymore. Okay, now he will go back and get it. As the hammer now.
He really thought about it. It's like, how badly do I want to lose this stock again?
Oh no! Badly.
Whoa! You could see Scarlet literally flipping upside down in preparation for the hammer ground pound, and it got stopped by the sword recovery, and that D-light recovery from Fiend will even up the stocks 1-1. All right, the first guitar neutral sig missed, Steven, but this time it's gonna hit. He has to do it.
He needs to do the big one.
That, or just be super calm, cool, and collected, hit several D-light side airs, and then win the match. Let's see what he can do. Wes.
Oh, he's going for that dodge read, but Wes sneaks his way out. Now with Fiend off stage, Wes has, oh no, what? He does another slide off uppercut. That cost him a stock earlier, but manages to get away with it this time.
Oh, the scoop off the top. Wes, pretty convincing. Game number 1. There were moments where I felt like Fiend was coming back, but I also really attributed it to West like dancing around unarmed for like a good minute or two. That's an interesting stat to think of. It's like, yeah, sure, there's unarmed damage graphs, but how much time did a player spend unarmed in a game? That's what I'm curious about, because it felt like a long time.
Unarmed loitering.
Unarmed loitering.
That's when you're not attacking and you're like waiting for the weapon to drop.
There's just a timestamp for unarmed loitering. That's my favorite. Right there, right above the damage dealt. That's the most important stat. Now, Wes and Fiend are going to map striking here. Accuracy all around, not too high, lots of moves put out, but you know what? In the end, Wes just really was able to get those stock finishers a lot earlier than Fiend, and Fiend is actually going to be sticking with the Asuri to go against the Scarlet.
Okay, yeah, you were predicting a swap here, but he believes in the pick, and I got to believe in it for him too, you know? We're with him on this one, Taza.
Right. Otherwise, we betray, you know, our very souls.
Our hearts. We betray our hearts.
Yeah. Can't afford that. Fiend with the sword picked up. Gets neutralized away. That's something that I've noticed Wes really likes to do with the lance. Whether he hits a lance, neutralite, or downlight, he will go all the way to the other side, way past where the neutralite or downlight would even knock back on the damage, and then he'll side air them in the other direction, hoping that they maybe dodged in place, dodged in, or even just try to move in that general direction to get away from usually what is like a typical lance combo, where if you get hit by a down air or a side air, you tend to just keep going in that direction, and Wes really likes to mix that up. Ouch.
Ooh, whoa, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
That's all I can say about that.
Felt like I was watching an axe string there for a second, but no, it's actually Scarlet on the lance. Neutral sig to finish it off. Oh, the side light barely hitting off of that gravity cancel down sig, missing. Recovery hits, and Wes picks up the hammer once again. Stomp sider could be it, but Fiend could take the first stock here if he's careful. Weapon throw. Doesn't get it. Wes makes it back to the stage. I'm so scared of the reversal here. Oh, wow. Went for the pivot down air. Wes just stomping the ground, being like, come here. Fiend punches him away.
Oh, what, dude? Another dodge weapon throw? Okay, excellent job, Wes, holding onto the stock. It could go either way.
Oh, neutral light. Oh, he gravity canceled the neutral light, hoping that the second one would catch him off guard. And Wes dips right around him, gets the scoop, takes him off the top. I mean, what moves don't knock out here, Steven? I'm trying to think. Wes is so, he's so damaged.
Wow, dude, side air from center stage, bouncing off the floor knocks out. So basically everything at that point.
That was, I can't believe Wes lived as
Ooh,
long as
big guitar stock, baby, off stage.
Oh,
Wes unarmed? No,
he
gets
didn't
left with a
follow it
hammer.
up with the nairs. I thought he was going to go for it for sure. Guitars versus unarmed is the most prime opportunity you're going to get in a 1v1 matchup, but no, Wes gets back to the stage. Stomp siders come through. The nair gets the dodge read. Wes looks for the down sig. I think that may have actually knocked out on Mammoth when you're like on the edge of the platform.
Oh, you might be right.
That's so scary. Reversal sigs in this game are terrifying, not just because of the force, but also because most of the time you travel with your opponent on most of them.
True. Okay, Fiend now trailing behind in damage just a little bit. Ooh, maybe getting to be more like a lot a bit.
Oh, that was so close. Fiend stares him on the way down. The ground pound. That was so good. Just not even jumping. He just inches far enough off the stage so that he can get the ground pound to work. And because he didn't buff the input before, he doesn't accidentally down sig or do anything like that. Beautiful play from Fiend.
Yeah, no jump makes it a lot less predictable, and you got to be bold to do a ground pound versus hammer off stage like that.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, he wasn't even willing to do it against unarmed, but he did it against hammer there on the left side of the stage, and now brings him to lead once again.
I think it's a little bit dire now. You know, he was trailing a bit, damaged. Needed a big comeback, and here it is, but he needs to get some extra credit.
He almost dodged into it. The platform saving him so hard there.
Oh, this treatment might have been able to drift back to the wall where he was. Still holding onto this stock somehow, but he's at that point where anything might KO him, so he just has to play flawlessly.
Oh, I'm liking what Fiend's doing so far. There's been a down light, a nair, a neutral light. That's it.
Oh, he
goes
flying off a neutral light like
that? It's so funny because the move does not look like it should be sending you anywhere. He just
it's like
torpedoes.
A tickle. Pokey, poke, poke. And then blam.
Launches.
Way off the side. Okay. Fiend still looking good in game 2 here.
Oh, I thought Wes was going to land with anything, but he just jumps in place twice. But there's a side air. Fiend double nair. Huge. Trying to go for the third one. He'd still go for that D-light recovery. Down air hits. D-light side air. Oh, one side air. Corner guard. Dodge is gone. Sweat beats are activated. I didn't even notice that Wes didn't have the jumps to make it back until he was, well, it was too late.
No, was he was forced to use his dodge because of the weapon throw?
Yeah. We're going to see that here in the replay right now. That neutral light knockout was so funny. D-light side air. Oh, you know what it was? He got D-light side aired out of a hammer recovery. And he never touched there. I didn't even notice it until the replay came up.
Oh, so he never had the recovery, then the weapon throw baited the dodge, and then he just was...
And then he just fell.
Yeah, sitting duck. Okay, Wes now swapping over to Artemis. I'm interested to see this. All right, we got Wes still keeping the lance.
This is kind of debunking my theory a little bit.
It is?
because we were talking about he was picking out Lance Legends for specific players, but now he's just like, okay, maybe this will work. Because the Artemis was what he did, what he brought out to beat DB. And he did play one Artemis game against Fiend, but what did I say? It was the one game that he actually lost, right? And so now with the Scarlet being
his Scythe is looking good, though. Not gonna lie, it's not the Lance time, it's Scythe time. Fiend has to retreat to the other side of the stage, just barely makes it back. Wes still content and going in on this edge guard, dealing out more damage. Oh my gosh, he's so in on the reads on Fiend. Fiend is struggling to find very much damage with these Katars, and West again on the attack, was looking for the recovery to finish off the stock. Fiend goes for a dunk out of nowhere.
Those neutral sigs, every time I see them, I'm like, uh-oh, there goes Fiend's stock. But he actually did survive that time. Artemis not quite as strong as Scarlet when it comes to knocking out with signatures, and that down sig disarms West, forces the dive kick. Cider gets the dodge. Wow, West sneaks right on by.
Even just the reaction time to dodge that weapon throw. Okay, Fiend in trouble off of the edge. How's he get past West's Lance Edge guard? There's no way! He just loads up the recovery like that.
We were talking about that earlier on today too, right? It was like, the only thing worse than getting hit by the Lance recovery after he fully charges is trying to challenge him the move. And he's just like, what if I put my foot in front of him? And he goes flying. That side sig. Wow, I can't believe it. Fiend going for the side sig instead of the down sig to punish the side sig from Artemis. This is a very tricky signature to punish for players that aren't too familiar with Artemis. You get the huge lurch forward off the dash, and then you fade back. And Fiend waiting out the attack, then going forward with the longest reaching signature that Asuri has, and now West popping off with the scythe. I mean, that entire time I was talking, it was white to orange, all scythe attacks.
Yeah, Fiend's scythe is, West's scythe is really nice. Oh, what? That would have been awesome, dude. The side sig attempt from West was so deadly, but doesn't find its mark, and Fiend gets to hold on to the stock for just a bit longer, maybe more, if he can go uncontested. He's going a string of hits here.
I never thought about how similar Artemis's side signature on Scythe is to Scythe Sidelight in terms of like off of an offstage string. You can basically go for either one if you're hoping for a dodge read.
Right. I see what you're saying there.
And Fiend goes down very similarly to how West went down in the last game. Just didn't have the jumps, got hit out of recovery, falls back down to the stage, and West on the Artemis is now up 2-1 against the Asuri.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this the biggest Katar combo we've seen from Fiend so far, and that's enough to take the stock just like that. It's tied up.
And there was that moment, I think, where Fiend was calculating off of the weapon throw. He like held the stage, he slid down a little bit, and he was like, oh, okay, I can go back. Like he's not making it back from that. West with the side sig, no punish that time. Fiend. Oh, sword versus lance hasn't been so good for him so far. West tries to go for the neutral light, the burn. Oh, but he doesn't get the side air. He goes for the nair instead, and Fiend punishes it so hard.
Yeah, I thought this game was all but over, but Fiend has really turned this around now. It's dead even on the final stocks.
Side air once, side air again, down air hits the side sig that time, not dodged out of the way. West, side sig's the reposition for the recovery. That's pretty cool. Okay, Wes, all right. I mean, the signature's really good.
Oh, he was going for a similar setup with the recovery, but Fiend fades low, gets around it.
Neutral sig gets punished. Another neutral sig doesn't get punished. Oh, Wes, I feel like he's gonna side sig here. I don't know why. Oh, that grab power had to be like a pixel away from the ground. That's it.
How'd you know? Oh my gosh, the predictions from Taza. Okay. Game 2. Going to Wes.
You don't get those feelings sometimes when you watch a player enough. You're just kind of like, you are going to side sig this guy. You're gonna wait until the right moment. There it is, the base laser at the end. I don't know. Wes gave me that feeling. It's also kind of easier to predict when he does it 4 times in a row on Lance. And
every single number for Wes was higher other than damage taken. So that's a dub. That's how you win.
Well, and signature accuracy and fly attack accuracy, actually. Wait, hold on. I had to think about what you just said.
Yeah, me too. I kind of just said it. I wasn't even.
Well, you know what's crazy is the signature count between Wes and Fiend, right? The 67%, so 2 out of the 3 signatures that Fiend used worked and led to knockouts. And Wes in the meantime was using the signatures to almost double up not only as knockout moves but as positional tools. There was one really cool moment where he did the Artemis side signature off the stage, and because it lingered him out there, he just immediately did a recovery in the opposite direction. And I like seeing those kind of things from Lance players in particular, like Wes. There's that side sig, and he just jumps right out of it, not even getting onto the ground after he uses the move.
Oh my, no, Fiend. Okay, finally finds a way over that side signature, gets some damage in, but it's so far been Wes ruling this first stock.
Oh yeah, lots of nairs. Side sig punish that time. West gets all the way back. Down aired, and because he hit the stage, Fiend was able to punish it. Nice neutral into recovery. Fiend did a great job coming back in game number 3, even though he didn't win it, off of the back of the guitars versus West. And when West sees the guitars, he's like, okay, I'll use my string weapon. Goes to the scythe, and then unarmed. Fiend gets that edge guard potentially. No, he just switches over the weapon. He doesn't want West to get that lance again. Oh, but there it is.
Yeah, the treaded lance.
He picks it up and he's just
it's
like,
just a tour of the signature kit now.
The heavy attack button.
Oh no, the
there
side sig works, dude. Gets him out of there. Okay.
If it looks like I'm not trying to hit you with it, eventually it will hit you. And that one gets him off the right side of the stage, and now he is on the scythe. The only signature that I've seen that West really doesn't. Oh no. It goes on with the recovery.
Wait, Wes, well, you know what? What do you say about that?
He played himself with that one. He went so hard with the edge guard there that he literally had nothing to make it back. And Fiend was just kind of like, I mean, I guess.
That is a good tactic against Scythe players sometimes because they're so thirsty for a clip.
Just let them get it. You're just like, yeah, combo me, man. It's fine.
You let them go too ham, and they take themselves out. And it works out for Fiend, but he's still trailing behind in damage now.
The neutral stick almost worked for West there. Fiend gets hit by the side stick again. It's just working out so well for West. Side airs right through, picks up the scythe, down air, puts him on the left side of the stage. Neutral stick doesn't get it quite just yet. I feel like Artemis neutral stick is one of those sticks, like Koji side stick on Bo. He hits another side stick, but like where if you hold it a little bit longer, you might be able to throw people off just because the momentum in the air while you're charging is a little weird.
Right, yeah. Okay, Wes, somehow, he literally threw away an entire stock and is still a whole stock ahead.
Yeah, he's really destroying Fiend with this pick. And I was wondering if Fiend was going to switch back to the Hattori because Wes went back to the Artemis, because that's the one win that Fiend got against it, but
no.
that might be it. He ground pounds really low, grabs against neutral sticks to touch the stage. Wes goes for the ground pound, Fiend with the guitars. He's got to get the stock here and now. Oh, Wes. Literally sweating above the stage, doesn't care. Jeez, that recovery, so good. Fiend had nothing. Oh, you know what? That gets me 9 times out of 10 in the ranked, I'll tell you right now. The sideline active input, kick him up, get the neutral sig. I'd never dodge it.
Me neither. So I'm very impressed by that as well. But Fiend needs some more impressive plays if he wants to pull off a win here. He has to claim this stock from Wes really quickly. Ooh, Wes. Okay, that'll do it. Hopefully.
No, what? I lied.
Why would he with the why?
All right.
You know, if it had worked, that would have been
Fiend's just staring at him like, what are you doing?
Yeah, sort of an easy punish there for Fiend, but I got to give Wes some credit, you know, just for being crazy.
Oh,
wait, who's
Fiend
crazy now?
with the string, gets 6 clean hits, recovery hits. Fiend could bring this back to a game 5. I was ready to write this off for Wes. Wes goes at the sides again. Fiend's like, I've seen that move enough now. He punishes it. The weapon toss comes up. Scythe picked up. This is the matchup.
Oh, crisscrossing signatures.
Strong hit on the side light. Gets him off the side of the stage. Weapon toss goes down, doesn't get over the edge. He's waiting for the new weapon spawn, and it does work out in his favor. Fiend threw his guitars away, Steven.
Oh, no! Man, that was really heartbreaking at the end. Fiend did so much to bring it back, and yet Wes comes out on top. Man.
What?
Funniest play of the day.
You know what? That was the best way to punish it, too. He sees the haymaker, he's like, what? He just down 6, but the side air hits, and West, while swaying, gives a shrug and goes, I don't know. What were you doing up there unarmed, man? Side air hits, and West takes it 3-1. That's twice that West 3-1 Fiend, showing that lifetime history really isn't too recent. That brings West from a 7 to an 8 on that set count, and it's probably just going to be going higher at this rate because Fiend goes down, and West gets